One of the prayers I'm Sprelly always pray. With for years me I hear her pray the prayer, I mean I have a clue what the prayer mean. Until me a big old man, I may say, box juice, that is some heavy dissertation type analogy, My grandmother say, remember the mothers, oh God, in the family way. Open the door of lock and let out the little one and spare the mother life. And for years as a child, me I hear my grandmother I pray that the prayer. I mean I have a clue what she mean. You see when time I get bigger, I find out what the door of lock is. When we find out what the door of lock is. Good. And so today is Mother's Day. And as a man among women, as much as I was a boy among girls, there's my wife, there's my mother, there's my daughter. I really wanted to take them out to eat. But say the restaurant them pack up today because, everybody and their mama, pun intended. Mothers and fathers, uncles and aunties, nieces, nephews, other relatives and friends interment in the family plot. Everybody in the restaurant them pack up today. And so I say, me not too shabby. Me can't just whip up something at home for me people them eat. And we supposed to can sit down and have a decent little meal undisturbed. Worse, me just come from Florida and I'm tired. So me really and truly can't take the hackling right now. So me go just so me can do right as so. Yeah? And then me go show you how me get on with it. Now bear this in mind. Me not do fancy kitchen videos. Me not have fancy kitchen techniques. Me not know how to use the knife. So, I in my hand, me hold things and peel. I use my big finger and guide. I just some Sprelly did teach me. So, for the other part of it, me really and truly just get the hang of it. I say, so no pressure me too much. Zine, no come down too hard for me. I am not a professional. I am not a professional chef. Good? So what are we trying to make today? I'm trying to do a 5 cheese fettuccine. Fettuccine are basically just flat macaroni. And I'm using this blend. It's a Kroger brand. This I have in mozzarella, provolone, romano, parmesan, fontina, and Asiago cheese. And then we have some powdered parmesan that I'm gonna add on the top when we're done. I'm gonna use some of this as well. This is Alfredo sauce. So I'm going to do the fettuccine by itself, and then I'm going to be doing a blend of steak and shrimp. Jesus have mercy. Me can already tell say for one special day like a Mother's Day, no swims, no left into the ocean. Cause everybody have got a shrimp today. It's okay. It's what we do. Okay? And then of course we use peppers, we use onion and garlic, and this is the seasoning of all seasonings that I use for everything all the time. This is my go-to seasoning. This is retail seasoning from hypermarket. This is a mixture of all-purpose and jerk in here, so, and then you use little something to embellish around it, but this is the main event. This is the star of the show. So it really is not a Jamaican dish. The one good thing Jamaican about this dish is the Dutch pot where it's cooking, and that Dutch pot is particularly decent because it's seasoned with outer dough. So I'm going to leave that there now for go and boil over here. So I'm going to start out the steak and the shrimp. Back over on this side, I'm going to shell the swims. So before you say holy the pasta don't cook, they kind of take no time, right? So this here actually done cook here now. So I'm going to actually deal with this first, and then we go back to the swims and the steak. The truth of the matter is that we did really stop to go edit one TikTok videos, so bear with me. I'm doing the pasta. A part of the reason why I don't particularly do like YouTube video when I cook because it's very time consuming. It take up one whole heap of time because you try to catch every little part of the process, and if you're not careful you're not yam. Alright, so I'm done drain the pasta, and what I'm about to do now is I'm about to add a small amount of the creamy Alfredo. I'm gonna add all it. This is about half buckle. No, me no one professional. No, me not do this whole heap of time. So do not go take this and go say I use Miss Pearly grandson recipe. You might poison. Don't do it. But I add about half buckle of the Parmesan, and I'm going to be adding about a half of this pack of cheese here in it as well. And we're going to mix up that so that the thing there, the sauce and the cheese are both evenly distributed. Ideally, in my head, more want the fettuccine if it actually melt the cheese. So I actually add a little bit of pepper jack. This I say shredded Montgomery Jack with jalapeno peppers. I add a small amount of that. I add a small amount of the powdered Parmesan. And I'm adding a small amount of bacon bits to this to kind of sort of give it a little bit of a smoky edge. For the people who do not eat pig or the products of pig, I understand. I do not mean to be offensive. For the people who name the grunt and the rope, I'm in the club. And I think I'm going to top this off with a little bit of Italian seasoning, set this aside, and then go focus on trying to do the shrimp and the steak, because I did have to pause a while ago to post my Mother's Day video, but we are come back to it here now. Actually, second thoughts, me now bother put this something upon it. Me now put the Italian seasoning upon it yet because at least I don't really like it, one, and two, I feel like it's a nice little finisher, like what them call it, garnish. Yeah, when we're done. So me mix up the cheese them along with the Alfredo sauce, along with the bacon bits in this, and it's not necessarily particularly visually appealing right now, but it's okay. It not taste bad. Not bad. Me not put the fork in there. Judgmental. Oh, me need to add some diced onion to that as well. Make it around to it a little more. Alright, now we're gonna sort out the shrimp and the steak. We did already shred me did already shell the shrimp them. So we're gonna just wash them here now, and then we're gonna cut up the steak in a small strips, right? You know, can't come for me now, cause I'm new to this. And the interesting thing is that I'm not even gonna spend an entire year and a day editing this video. I'm gonna just dash up you up the same way. So in this case, what you see is what you get. What you get is what you never bargain for. Alright. So them the shell. So I'm gonna add my upper market combo to it. Truth be told, the sodium content in them seasoning are kind of high. If you have high blood pressure, it is very important that you watch how much of these things you're actually eating, because seasoning have a lot of sodium and it don't have to actually salt for spike your blood pressure. Yeah, if you're curious, it's a scandal bag hanging on the cabinet door right there. So we are Jamaican. Of course, we have a scandal bag, garbage bag in our kitchen. Shrimp not take much. Shrimp not fussy at all. So I season this. I set it aside. Back on me over here so is aside. And then now, I'm going to take this. This is chuck steak. And with this now, we're going to basically cut it in a strips. So I'm done cut up the steak. We're going to add it to a container here now and wash it off. Once we wash it, we're just going to add some seasoning. This is beef chuck. I don't know which part name so, but you cook for like 4 to 5 minutes on each side. So because I have this in a tiny strips, you know, so I don't have to cook it for a long time, right? So we're starting off with the Dutch pot. we're adding a small amount of oil to that. Not a lot. And we're going to allow that to heat. Now I want a bit of flavor in this pot, so I'm adding a clove of garlic to the oil. I'm also adding a few pimento seeds. I'm going to cook the shrimp first. Now, Jamaicans especially, I find, because we get used to being sold cooked shrimp in the supermarket, when it comes down to shrimp in Jamaica, we do what I consider to be an overkill. When we cook the big Jesus out of the shrimp then. By the time you get them is nothing better than the bottom of a rubber slippers. Nothing not tastes good about that. So I'm going to show you today how I cook my shrimp, raw shrimp. I don't buy cooked shrimp in the supermarket anymore, because by the time you reheat that, it's a very unpleasant eat. So I've taken you a bit closer and I'm giving you a bit of angle so you can see what's going on in the pot. This is just a pot with garlic right now and pimento seeds, right? We're going to be adding the shrimp to that. You're going to cook the shrimp on each side for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Anything over that is really a silicone flavor you go for. And we're not the silicone around here, not today. By the time I get done turning the shrimp, it's time to start taking out the first set. When we turn, and just like that, shrimp cook. Sometimes I also like to physically turn the pot because I find so because of the uneven distribution of heat, sometimes part of the something they cook and part not cook. Never mind. I not get no bun otherwise, so I don't tell me get the bun from pot. Cooked. Now that we're done cooking the shrimp, we're going to be adding the steak to the same pot. About 3 to 5 minutes later, the steak is doing what I expect it to do. So I'm going to turn off the stove. I'm going to take out the steak out of the pot. I'm going to add some onions and peppers to the pot. I'm going to saute that a little bit, add a little bit more powdered seasoning. I'm going to bring that to a certain point of cooking. I add back everything in the pot. So this is probably what you want to call chopped peppers and onion. Chopped. You don't want this to cook too soft, you get it? And now for the part where you're mixing everything. So, turn off the stove, take off the active heat, pour back in the shrimp and steak, and make this into one big happy family. And there's your close-up. I decided to do some fried plantains to go along with this. This is plantain from Walmart. I don't need to tell you it's not the same. It's not organically grown on a garden, and it was not ripened in a butchery. But we're going to go along with it same way. Quick question. Are Jamaicans alone fry things and take them out on paper towel? Or is something where everybody do? Tell me in the comment section of that video. The finished product, ladies and gentlemen, and since neither my wife nor my mother drinks, we're serving this with homemade fruit punch. So on this plate we have 5 cheese fettuccine, topped with a bit of powdered Parmesan cheese, Italian seasoning and red peppers. We have steak and shrimp mix with bell peppers. We have spiral fried plantains and a bit of lettuce. I hope you enjoy your Mother's Day much as my wife and my mom are about to enjoy theirs. Happy Mother's Day to you.